We are going to zoom in on a baby barred owl nest that I filmed in 2024 in Eastern Ontario, Canada. Believe it or not, these are only 2 out of the 3 babies that were born in this nest, and they left at the end of May. Here is a nice big stretch of the cutest, sweetest baby owl in the whole wide world. Baby barred owls own my heart. They have a lot of anxiety and they need a lot of attention and affection from their helicopter mom and dad. You can see here baby barred owl knows soon it's time he must leave the nest, and he's wondering how he's going to do it. There's no limbs to really branch out on, so he's gonna have to climb up or fall to the ground. It's scary and exciting all at the same time. Look at those eyes. Do they not melt your heart into goo? I wanted to show you I always film literally from this far away. This is Dad. He wasn't the best hunter, which led me to believe maybe it was his first time being a father owl. Here is Mom with a chipmunk. Barred owls eat all sorts of things, from rodents to snakes, frogs, crayfish, even rabbits. And with 3 little mouths to feed, they're busy around the clock. I just melt when I see the little face of a baby barred owl. I wonder what he's thinking. He looks so disheartened, like the weight of the world on his shoulders. And off he goes to sleep. You can tell he's sleeping because the bottom lid is closed. They have 3 sets of eyelids. The top is for blinking, the bottom is for sleeping, and the third is the nictitating membrane, diagonal and translucent, to clean and protect their eyes. You'll see here he's using his beak and his talons. That's branching. And he's using his beak to grip on to the bark. That's how he pulls himself up out of the nest. That's how he will climb trees. It's a very, very exciting time for these little owlets, those little subtle head bobs. And here is Mom. There is nothing that touches my heart as much as the bond between Mama and baby barred owl. Mama will go to town on a preen-a-thon with baby. She'll preen him sometimes for 20 minutes straight. And if he keeps making his little baby sound, his little meep sound, she'll fly back again for round 2, 3, and sometimes round 4 of preening, like right here. She likes to reward her babies with affection because she knows it's really scary the first time they leave the nest. And I often wonder, having babies for 10 years in the wild, if she remembers what it was like to be the first few days out of her nest as a child. And look at baby king of his castle. He conquered that little climb. I think he's quite proud. And here again, they don't always pick the best branches or trees. Everything is a pretty steep learning curve. Their flight feathers haven't grown all the way in yet, so you're gonna see a lot of clumsiness and owls falling or almost falling to the ground. Look at the baby steps, the little nibbling of the bark. Very, very careful owlet. Look at him using his talons. You gotta figure he lived his whole life inside that nest. 30 days as an egg and then 30 days as a baby barred owl. This is literally his first day out of the nest. May 2024. And I'm so excited because I get to show you the progression. of what his life was like and what it's like right now. There's some more love and affection from Mom. They're always nearby, even if you don't think you can see them. They're there, believe me. I heard them, and it took me a good hour to find them. I found this nest, and I did everything in my power to keep it under wraps. It was nice to have it to myself for a day or two. You can see Mom, how doting she is, how proud she is of one of her 3 baby barred owlets. And something I've noticed, 2 always stick together while there's always the Lone Ranger of the triplets when Mom has 3 babies. Baby barred owls sleep an awful lot. It's hard work being out of the nest, and you're gonna see him sleep and wake himself up. Oh, all the trials. He almost fell. And seriously, that's how it happens. It just takes one quick maneuver of waking up, almost falling over, which will land him on the floor. Here you can see, yeah, I got this. It's been many hours out of the nest, and I want to explore, Mom. Look at me. But look at the branch he's gripping on with his talons. That's not sufficient. You know, he needs a hardy, girthy branch, and that's not going to cut it. But he's determined, and it's just such a hoot to watch them, wondering what goes on in their beautiful little minds. And you're going to see him make a pretty big move here. I mean, you kind of have to. You can't live your whole life in fear, wondering about the what ifs. You know, that was pretty magical, but he literally fell upside down. Now, to the untrained eye and people who've never seen this before, this is a very scary thing to see. You're seeing him upside down. You're seeing him panic. He's literally panicking. It looks like he's swimming in the air. He's upside down. All he has to do is let go with that talon, and he'll softly land on the forest floor, and he'll be completely fine. I see it at least once every year, and 99% of the time, the baby owls are perfectly fine. And you'll get to see them climb trees and explore the forest if you keep your distance. But this little go-getter did not want to end up on that forest floor. He's hanging on with one leg with those talons, and he's like, no, I'm determined. I will not fall. Watch me, Mom. Watch. And I was amazed. There he is, both talons. He's so scared of falling to the ground because instinctually he knows that's bad, because that's where predators can get him. And he knows he can't fly yet. So he's determined to get himself back up there, and that's exactly what he did. We should all give him a round of applause. That was such a job well done. Way to go, baby bee. Yay! I think that's why I cut out the sound too. I was like, good job, little buddy. You did it. But you can see him wondering what his next move is going to be. Such exciting times for these baby owls. And I can't wait to get to the part where it's him and his brother. Oh, he's so cute, isn't he? So we are in early June right now, as I was filming this. You can see a little more fluffy facially disc around his head. And look at our little go-getter. Here we are, I would say, in the middle of June. He is besties with his brother. The third one wanted nothing to do with him. I think the third one was the eldest and wanted to prove to mom and dad that he didn't need anybody. But look at how cute these two are, playing with each other's talons and looking at the passers-by. Oh, be still my beating heart. Oh, look at those talons. There's so much to learn. They're only with mom and dad for a short time, maybe 4 months. There's dad, and then they go off on their own, so they have a lot to learn. Now we get to see these beautiful owls hunt. Dad was really good at hunting worms. I was on the path and the trail, and I seen him bolt into the forest and eat a worm. And I'm like, my God, your eyesight is impeccable, and your hearing. Look at those feathers. My goodness. And how do they know which feather needs preening? The rain and the owls are two of my most favorite things on the planet. I don't know why people avoid going out in the rain. That's where all of the magic happens. This is Papa Owl. He was drenched. It was torrential. Papa and Mama put themselves out in the open so the 3 baby owlets wouldn't be seen. Again, this is mid to late June, and it was extraordinary. Always close by, always making sure no harm came to their babies. And there's Mom, the hero and the trooper she is. Like, she really put herself out in the open so everybody could see her. Hawks, crows, blue jays, everything. Because she knows she can take them. And she's got all those mama hormones coursing through her beautiful owl veins, and she won't let anyone come near her babies. I mean, a squirrel came near her baby one time, and the baby flipped out. He was terrified of the squirrel, not realizing that it's his food. And Mama flew in like within the blink of an eye to make sure that squirrel didn't scare her baby barred owl ever again. Now you're gonna see her preen her leg. They do like bathing from the heavens above, and I love watching them have their little bath. Look at that water shaking out. Beautiful stretch. Now you're gonna see baby owls sleep laying down. Their heads are too big, they're heavy, and standing up all day perching is a lot of hard work your first month out of the nest. So they literally sleep laying down. The first time I seen it was in 2016 with a great horned owl baby, and I was crying, having a panic attack. I thought it was no longer with us. But I was assured they were fine, and they are. It's just hard work, and they need to take a lot of naps. Now here are those 2 cuties, the siblings, 2 peas in a pod. My goodness, that fluff. The little head bobs. Now, trigger warning, Mom is coming in with food. I have like 10 minutes of epic footage of her feeding them a rabbit, but I whittled it down to like 20 seconds. So, word of warning, it's coming up, and it's not for everybody's eyes. But I think it's fascinating how excited they get for the nums. And I love how Mom will position herself in between both of them. Again, this is wildlife. This is nature. She flew in with a rabbit after the rain. And the babies are starving. They have really hearty appetites. And They want their food and they want it now. You can tell she's been a mama owl for a very long time because she knows exactly what she's doing. Tending to both babies and, importantly, tending to herself. And you will see her fly with prey because the third one needs food as well. Yep, here she goes. That's for number 3. And the babies are like, hey, we weren't finished yet. But you're going to see the babies feek, F-E-A-K. That's when they wipe their beak on the branches. Look, it's synchronized feeking. It's cleaning and sharpening their beak. This is in mid-July. Oh my God, I'll never forget this day. My heart freaking melted into goo. Look at how grown up they are. All on the same branch. You're going to see the one on the left. He pooped and flied. When they poop, they lighten the load to fly. You're going to see the one on the right do it next. There's a little poop and a little fly. Mom hooted like dinner's ready, and they got really amped up. And there we go, number 3, a little tiny poop. And he's going to fly too. I have no idea what she fed them, but I thought it was a hoot and a half to see all 3, and then all 3 take flight. Okay, this is last week. They are mostly full-grown adults, except for their facial disc. Like, to the untrained eye, they'd be mistaken for adult barred owls, but they're not. You can tell by their facial disc. It is the last part of their body to grow in. It's just so cute and adorable to me. It's kind of almost like the teenager phase. The tops of their heads, you can see it, right? It's not full in and flush with the rest of their neck. So it's kind of like a mullet, so to speak. So in another month, they'll be looking like a full-grown adult barred owl. But yeah, you can definitely tell from that missing top of their head feathers, facial disc, even on the sides. It's not quite grown in yet, and it's just adorable to me. You can really see it there. A little bit of a baby left around the head that needs to fill in. Oh, it was such a delight to see them. And again, the same 2, hanging out together, mutual preening, mutual explorations. I heard the third one, but I couldn't find him. But look at those eyes. Look at how mature the face and the rest of their bodies are. Just not the tops and the sides of their face. Super duper cute. Look at those tail feathers. Looks like they're doing it really, really good. And I just love seeing, after all this time, they left the nest the end of May, and look at them now. We're the end of August, and they're still hanging out together and trying to learn how to hunt. They got 2 months left, and then they're off on their own. So I wish them all the luck and the love in the world. Barred owls are my absolute favorite. They're so precious and sweet. I've been studying owls in the wild for almost 14 years now. They saved my life, and I will do anything to help save theirs. I volunteer with Raptor Rehab. I'm a volunteer delivery driver when they're injured, and I like to educate online and when I'm out in the field in person. Knowledge is power, and I can believe that we can all help save them, even from the comfort of our own homes. The one on the left is going to take flight, and I hope this was a delight for you as much as it was for me filming 3 months to capture this. If you know anybody who loves owls, I would love it if you could share this with them. Be safe, be kind, and have a beautiful day.